So we may have been playing Linkin Park wrong. In the past week, Mike Shinoda has released a couple of videos explaining some of the common mistakes made in the songs One Step Closer and Faint. So in this video, I'm going to go into a little bit of a deeper detail on what these corrections are so we can play it exactly like Linkin Park did. So to start off with, we're going to start with One Step Closer and the tuning for this. So we're going to go into dropped C sharp tuning with a little bit of a twist. So our top string is going to go to C sharp. Then our A string is going to be going down to G sharp. Our D string is going to be going down to C sharp. And then our G string is going to be going down to A sharp. But then our B string is actually going to stay as a B. And it's the same for our high E. That's going to stay as an E. So what would normally happen in drop C sharp tuning is we would also change the B and the high E string, but we're not for this song. And there's a reason why, which we're going to go into a bit later in the second pre-chorus. So let's start off with the intro of the song, and this is where mistake number 1 happens. So I'm going to play the way that people usually play it. Now I'm going to play method number 2, which is the correct way of playing it. So there is a really slight difference here, and it's to do with the harmonics that we play. So if you're not quite sure what a harmonic is, then what we essentially do is place our first finger over the fret line. We don't push down, and then we pick it, and then I usually let that finger go and it produces a harmonic. So the mistake here is the second harmonic, which is on the 7th fret of the low E string. That commonly isn't actually played as harmonic, people just play it as a normal note. But as Mike said in the video, that is actually a harmonic too. So what that means is we've got the open string and then our 5th fret harmonic. Then we've got the open string again. Then we go down to the 7th fret A. And then we're going to go to the 8th fret on the low E. Then we're going to go to the 7th fret, which is a harmonic. Okay, so we've got one more time. And then we do the open low E string, then to the 3rd fret on the low E. And one more time. So that is mistake number 1. So all you really need to do is just add a harmonic on that 7th fret on the low E. So for this intro, some people say that you add some palm mutes in it. We're not really too interested in that. We're just talking about the harmonics that is discussed in Mike's video. So the second one is half a mistake and half an overdub that Linkin Park added in. So let's look at the very first pre-chorus. It's commonly played with just the 5th fret power chord. But actually, we're going to place a little finger on the 7th fret D, and this is the chord that is actually played. So on the second pre-chorus, we play our corrected chord 3 times. And then we're actually going to play some harmonics, and this is where our tuning comes into play. So our harmonics are actually on the B and the high E string of the 5th fret. Remember, these are the strings that are in standard tuning, just the B and the high E. So what we do is we bring our finger down, place it over the fret line, and then we play it 4 times. It's actually quite a tricky part because you might catch the G string, and we also have to essentially move from that chord down to those bottom 2 strings. So what Linkin Park did is they actually did this as an overdub, so they wouldn't have done it in essentially the main recording of the guitars. It would have come later on, but you can add this in to the second pre-chorus like that. It's a little bit tricky. You're going to need to practice getting the actual harmonic. It's easy just to play dead strings essentially, but we want the harmonic like that. And it goes into the chorus. So song number 2 is Faint, and the most common mistake made in this is the strumming pattern of our main octave riff. So again, I'm going to play you the octave riff as people play it. And now I'm going to play it the correct way. So the main difference here is related to the strumming on the 10th fret and the 12th fret octave. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you it step by step. So on the first octave, which is the 5th fret A and the 7th fret G, we've got down, up, down. Okay, and then you slide it, or you move it up to the 12th fret octave on the 14th fret G. Okay, and we're going to go up, down. So we've got down, up, down. And then we move to the 10th fret A and 12th fret G octave, up, down again. So this isn't quite at the point where people make a mistake. We're going to do up, down on that. So we've got down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then this is where the mistake is. So people will start strumming down, up with that little gap. They'll add a down, up, down. That's not actually in it. Okay, so pretty much we just keep with up, down. So I'm going to just play it to you slowly now. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, gap, up, down. One more time. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Then to complete the riff, we actually go up to the 12th fret A and 14th fret G octave, up, down. And then all the way down to the 8th fret octave on the A, 10th fret from the G, up, down. So a simple way of putting this is, apart from that very first octave where we go down, up, down, all of the rest of the octaves are up, down, and not starting an octave on the down. So just one more time slowly with all of our octaves together. So we've got down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And that track tempo. So the one key point that makes this a little bit easier is when we get to that tricky part where people are playing it wrong on the 10th fret A and 12th fret G, what I tend to do is I go up, down, and then carry it on. But if you watch my right hand, it actually keeps swinging. So up, down, up, down, up, down. And then I'll play it from the beginning so you can see that again. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I just find keeping that arm swinging really helps to catch it back on the up, down to continue it on. So I recommend that you get the octaves down with the corrected strumming pattern and then apply it to the song. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. I'm going to link down Mike Shinoda's videos in the description box below so you can check them out. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, click the like button, click the subscribe and the bell. That way you'll be notified each week when I upload a guitar lesson.